A very warm welcome to you, friends all over the world. Welcome to Flourishing Academy. I'm Aumrie here in Los Angeles. We are a community of mindful individuals who are endeavoring to live the Dharma, who are endeavoring to live a mindful life, of walking this path of awakening, of walking this path of a clear mind, of a free and wide heart, of walking this path of liberation. You know, 2020 is a year, it has arrived, and many of you may be coming into this new year with resolutions. You may be coming here with a litany of goals. You may be coming into 2020 with a clear vision for your life, of where you're headed, and a passion and a direction. But I also want to encourage you that in 2020, be kind towards yourself. Be kind towards yourself. It will be very easily to begin to think that all I have to do is have some passion, that all I have to do is have some purpose, that all I have to do is to have some goals in order to make it in 2020. But if you want to live a mindful life, if you want to live a balanced life, if you want to have a sustainable life, you want to ensure that you are being kind to yourself, that you're not just focusing on the ends and the outcomes, that you're also focusing in on the process, about your day-to-day interactions, about how you treat yourself. This doesn't mean that you're going to be negligent. This doesn't mean that you're going to be lazy. This doesn't mean that you're going to be idle, but it does mean that in your day-to-day interactions, you have to remember to be kind and friendly towards yourself, to live with a level of gentleness, to live with a level of ease, to embody a quality of equanimity, because it will be very easy when you're going after your goals to abandon your core values. In order to reach the final goal, to reach the final outcome, you may think that you have to somehow dismiss who you are and how you can go about getting it. You may think that you may have to do anything. You may have to do deceptive things, and you may have to do deleterious things. But I want to encourage you that if you remind yourself to be kind towards yourself, that perhaps you will be more kind in your business ventures, that you will be more kind when you're applying to graduate school, that you're not just really trying to do anything in order to get the goal, but you are operating from a place of integrity, that you're operating from a place of being principled, that you're operating from a place of being aligned. So in 2020, be kind towards yourself. You may be thinking that, oh man, you know what, in 2020, I really want my relationships to flourish. I really want them to thrive. But yet you're harsh towards yourself and you're harsh towards others. You're critical towards yourself and you're very critical towards others. You're dismissive of yourself and your own needs and your own wants and your desires, and you're dismissive of others, of their needs and their wants and their desires. If you are learning to be more kind towards yourself, it teaches you in a very easy way how to be more friendly, how to be more open, how to be more caring, and how to tend to. If you're able to tend to yourself, you're able to tend to the needs of others. If you're able to care for yourself, you're going to be better equipped to care for the needs of others. If you're able to care and tend for yourself and care and tend for others, you'll be able to do that and apply it to your business. You'll be able to do that and apply it to your schoolwork. You'll be able to do that and apply it to your professional achievements that you're trying to obtain. So as you walk this road, as you walk towards your goals, as you walk towards your vision boards, as you walk towards all the things that you think that you want in your life, remember to do so with a level of kindness and with a level of gentleness and with a level of ease, friends. Because it's so easy to forget. That's why we have these regular practices of talking about the Dharma, about coming into community. That's why we say meditate daily. That's why we say journal, because it's so easy to forget, right? So we have to remind ourselves again and again and again to breathe, to be gentle, to be kind, to be loving, to be compassionate. All these wonderful gifts of mindfulness, all these beautiful things that we cultivate on this path of the Dharma. So let's take a moment to come into the presence of this moment, to create a container for this space so that we can practice with a level of ease and beauty and wonder. And so I'm going to cut the lights off. Take a moment to dive deep into the presence of this space. To simply slow down, bear witness to your life. How was your day? Maybe you're dealing with some challenges. Maybe you're dealing with some difficulties. Maybe you don't quite know how you're going to proceed. If you're at a place of confusion, if you are at a place of uncertainty or doubt, if you're embattled with fear and anxiety, if depression has taken a grip on you, I want to invite you to come into the presence of this space. The presence of love, the presence of wisdom and compassion. Come into the presence of this prajna power, this wellspring of energy that resides deep within you. You don't have to make the pain or the suffering goes away. You simply bring your attention to it in a kind and gentle way, in a level of ease. You may not be where you want to be at this point in your life. You may not have all that you want to have, but you hold this moment and the boundless possibilities that it contains to see in new ways, to love again, to choose a new way of responding. That's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And as we come into this realization of possibility, I just ask that you take a moment to allow your heart to reveal itself to you. For some of you, this may be an opportunity to reconnect with your faith, whatever tradition you believe in. I say your belief, your business. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm simply here to hold the space. Perhaps you want to reconnect with your core values. What do you believe? What do you hold to be true? Perhaps this is a time to reaffirm your bonds, the things that you care about, the things that you love, your family, to reprioritize them in your life, your friendships. We're simply coming into the presence of this space and coming into the presence of this moment. I'll invite you now to clear and hold this space with the Qigong, Tai Chi, mindful movements. Beautifully done. I'll invite you to maintain the continuity of this practice as we transition into our message for today. And so I have a message for you, and it is in 2020, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. I want to ask you a question. Are you very critical towards yourself? Are you harsh with yourself? Do you respond with instant critique and criticism when anything goes right or wrong in your life? Do you engage in negative self-talk and rumination? Oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not talented enough. There's no way this person could possibly like me ever. Right? There's no way I'm going to get that promotion. There's no way that I'm even going to be considered for it. Why should I even try? If you think like that, if you have a deficit-driven model within your life where your thoughts and your emotions all disserve you, this is the opportunity to choose a new way of responding, of establishing a new habit, a new pattern, where you are speaking life into yourself, where you are really imposing into your life a level of ease, where instead of, if something doesn't go right or you do something wrong, instead of just starting to beat yourself up, oh, you're not good, there you go again, you made another mistake, oh, you can never get anything right. Instead of doing that, instead choosing a new way. I made a mistake here. Was I careless in any way? Was I reckless in any way? Did I extend harm in any way? If you didn't do any three of those things, then you should try to use the difficulty, the challenge, the setback as a learning opportunity. How can I improve for next time? What can I learn from this? What message can be gleaned from this setback? Right? Instead of just choosing to beat yourself up and engage in negative talk, instead say, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can I evolve from this? What new thing can I try from this, right? This is what I've learned from this situation. If you didn't get the promotion, maybe you can ask for feedback. Is there something that I can do to improve my candidacy, right? Is there an area that I can strengthen myself in, right? If you ask those questions, perhaps you can get the response. Maybe you can, if you didn't get into the school that you wanted to get into or the program you wanted to get into, how can I strengthen my applications, right? Sometimes it's just that there's just a large pool, right? There just wasn't enough. So instead of saying, oh, I knew I wasn't going to get in, say, this wasn't my opportunity. Another opportunity will come out of this, right? When the door closes, you have to choose another door, right? When the window closes, you have to open another window. You don't just sit there at the closed door and at the closed window sulking, saying, why did this door close on me? Why did this window close on me? If someone leaves you, you have to choose to love again. If the job abandoned you, you have to choose to seek new opportunities, new career growth. This is how we inhabit a more mindful approach to our lives. Instead of being so critical and harsh, choose to respond in a more gentle way. Practice listening, this deep listening. What can I learn from this situation? How can I grow from it? Right? Listen to feedback from others. And try not to replicate the errors if you did commit an error. Right? If you committed an error on the application or in the interview process, learn from that. Don't commit the error again. This is how you grow. This is how you become more strong. And so if you want to be more kind to yourself in 2020, I have a couple of points that I want to talk to you about. It's about creating the conditions where you can be more kind to yourself. And one of the ways you can do that is by nurturing the friendships that you have in life, right? Whether that's inviting new friendships, nurturing others. Montaigne says, what is the value of friendship? It really is the world. It really means everything. The Dharma places such a strong emphasis on community, on friendships, on forming bonds, because we as humans, we are social beings, we are social creatures. You're not meant to walk this road alone. You're meant to do so in community. You don't have to go through it alone. Reach, find community, strengthen friendships, and friendships require work. That means that you have to listen to the friend. That means that you have to care for them and tend to them, right? This isn't just a one-sided kind of friendship where you kind of check in when you want to, and then you don't respond to texts or emails or messages, or you don't connect, and you go MIA, you ghost someone for a while. No, you have to do the work. But if you grow your friendships, you create a safety net. You create a strength, right? You create someone who can help reflect back to you what you're going through, and they can help strengthen you, help you grow as well. So that's the first thing. Invite and nurture friendships in your life. The second thing is root yourself in community, right? Root yourself in core values. Root yourself in this sense of purpose. There is something to be said about rooting yourself, about finding depth. There is a Zen koan that asks, what is the depths of the deep, right? And it is that you constantly can go into deeper and deeper levels, right? The Dharma says to go beyond, right? To don't just limit yourself to just this superficial, how you see and understand things that are right in front of you. Understand the deeper context. If you are in a relationship with someone and you see that something isn't right, perhaps you begin to explore like what's going on, right? You have to go deeper. What is the depth of the deep, right? You have to keep peeling back the layers of the onion to find out what's going on beneath the surface. Our lives are lived inside of us, right? Someone else's life, you may see the outside, you may see the exterior, you may see the smile on their face, but you don't know what's happening and what's going on beneath the surface. And so you have to take time to explore that. And you can only do that with listening and asking questions and being with someone and really witnessing what's taking place within their lives. And so if you root yourself in a community, if you root yourself in something deeper, then you're not so easily kind of pulled off the path. You're not so easily kind of tricked, right? You're not so easily deceived. You're able to be firmly planted and you're able to be assured. And if you root yourself in community, you're able to find that strength to be able to speak out and say, this is what I believe. I can be my true authentic self because I've found myself within the community. Number three, practice interiority, your inner life, right? You have to tend to your inner life. If you want to be more friendly towards yourself in 2020, begin to meditate every day, check in on yourself. How are you doing on the inside? What's taking place? Noticing the highs and the lows, being mindful of the negative self-talk, all the thoughts that are going on inside of you. It's so important to just become aware of what's taking place within your body. If you do that, you can be more friendly towards yourself. Number four, move more, right? If you want to be more kind to yourself in 2020, move more. Be kind to your body. Your body supports you. Your body cares for you. Be kind and care for it as well, right? Move it, right? Try to, whether it's some gentle yoga movement, some qigong or tai chi, right? It's so important to move your body, right? Whether it's some dance, just move it. Going to the gym, being active, get those endorphins flowing. Treat your body kind in 2020. And number five, the fifth point to be kind to yourself is to be mindful about what you're consuming, right? Whether it's food, right? Are you consuming too much, too little, right? I know that can be a lot of triggering for a lot of people, this idea of consumption, but being mindful about what you're putting into your body, about what you're bringing into your life, right? Whether you're going shopping, are you doing so just to try to cover up something? Are you shopping to try to make some pain go away, right? Being more mindful about what you're consuming, about what you're taking in on the internet, your screen time. Be mindful about that. These are all things that we can be mindful of. And if you're able to be more mindful about what you're consuming, whether it's screen or food or shopping, these are areas of life that you can use, that if you're more aware of them, you can be more kind to yourself, right? You're not just trying to cover up something. If you're not just trying to use consumption to paper over some deeper issue that's at play here. And so really a kindness is about comes with a level of control, right? You can control how kind you are to yourself, right? And sometimes you have to just remind yourself, correct yourself, be kind to yourself, right? Be kind, be kind, be kind. The Dharma says in 379, verse 379, admonish yourself, right? Correct yourself, control yourself, be self-guarded and mindful. You will live happily, right? Admonish yourself, control yourself, be self-guided and mindful, and you will live happy. If you're able to control your level of kindness, whether it's being kind about what you're consuming, kind about nurturing your friendships, kind about bringing an understanding and bringing awareness to your inner life, being kind towards moving your body, being kind towards being in a relationship or in a community, having those values mirrored back to you and your values being mirrored, finding acceptance in a community, right, or finding a place of belonging, then you are able to really flourish in life. So this is why I want to tell you, kindness is like finding a level of control in that you can control certain inputs into your life, right? You can control your consumption. You can control how you nurture your friendships. You can control how you move your body and whether you focus on your inner life. You can control so many areas of your life. And so instead of trying to control others or control outcomes, try to control how you are bringing these attributes into your life, right? And so that's really the message for you today, right? If you find yourself isolating yourself, if you find yourself kind of putting yourself in a silo, this is an opportunity to introduce new ideas into your life, right? To bring yourself back into community, to bring yourself back into friendships, right? This is really, if you find yourself isolating yourself, it can be really easy to be harsh and critical and negative towards yourself. But if you bring yourself into community and into friendships, then they can help you be more kind to yourself. So that's really what I want to encourage you to do, is to be more kind to yourself in 2020. So let's just take a moment to affirm that in our affirmation. We take a moment to step back and step within ourselves. Today I affirm that in 2020, we'll be more kind towards ourselves and more gentle towards our hearts. That we will tend to our lives and our friendships. We will nurture our families. and we will hold a space for being mindful about what we consume, that we will move our bodies, and that we will practice bringing awareness to our inner life. And so this is what I affirm today. True self, true self, true self. Namaste. Okay. All right, friends, we've arrived at the end of our journey today, and I just want to say it's been a pleasure to be able to sit with you and to hold this space with you. You know, 2020 is going to come with some ups and some downs, with some challenges and some setbacks, but also with some achievements. And I want to encourage you that you meet all of those with a mindful sense, with a wide heart, and with a luminous mind. Listen, friends, if you've been encouraged by this message, by what we're doing here at Flourishing Academy, I want to invite you to contribute according to your capacity. If you have the capacity and the will to give, I would like to invite you to support our work. Generosity is the cornerstone of mindfulness. The Dharma says that generosity is freedom. Generosity is a tool for growth. It is an activation agent. And as you learn to open and give of your resources and contribute, you also learn to open your heart and you learn to open your mind. It's the same act, it's the same quality. And so as you give and contribute to us, we'll hold space for you and your dreams and your visions that you have for your life, and that they continue to be nurtured and that they continue to be grown. So until next time, friends, I want to say our final affirmation. I have value and I have worth because I am of noble birth. And with this breath, I will awaken to all that's possible within my life. I will lead and I will achieve. I will lead and I will achieve. Best of luck, friends, on your journey of awakening your heart and your mind. Deep gratitude to you all for your practice today. Namaste.